Good morning, everyone. Welcome once again to Ellington Studies. Today, we're going to continue our book reading, and we're still looking at The Strategy Focused Organization by Robert S. Kaplan and David P. Norton. And today, we're going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. Mobilize change through executive leadership. Perhaps the most puzzling and problematic aspect of creating strategy focused organization is how to sustain the effort. Many companies have managers who have read the articles and the book, attended the conferences and the seminars, and returned to their organization to lead inspiring projects that developed wonderful strategic balance scorecard. But not all of these companies were able to sustain the energy to deliver the result we reported in chapter 1. What helps to distinguish organizations that sustain their projects through breakthrough performance from those that tried it but never delivered the results? When Bob McCall became head of Mobile NAM&R in 1992, he made it clear that the performance of the past was not acceptable. Things had to change. Working with his leadership team, he developed a vision and a strategy for how these changes would be achieved. The balance scorecard played an instrumental role in this process. While the pieces of the strategy existed, they were fragmented, and some observers referred to it as a strategy dojo. The balance scorecard helped to make this a single integrate strategy. Heads of shared service, unit, marketing, human resources, and information technology, among others, were included in the membership of the leadership team to ensure that information about consumers and customers and technology were incorporated in the strategy thinking. And also planning. Several of these key ingredients had been lacking in past decisions and discussions. Accountability for pieces of the strategy were now clearly established within the team. McCall and Baker played central roles in communicating the new strategy and the balance scorecard throughout the organization, diverting new competitions and compensation systems linked to the scorecard, and reversing the planning and budgeting process to support the strategy. They also reinforced the strategy and the scorecard at every opportunity, especially in their face to face meetings with employees and managers. First quarter 1995. A critical incident occurred early in 1995 that revealed the commitment of the executive leadership team both to the new strategy and to the balanced scorecard. The winter first quarter 1995 was unusually warm in the North America. Sales of home heating oil and natural gases were below normal, and Mobil's revenues fell far short of the budget. In April 1995, McCool led a meeting at the headquarters to review the first quarter. People entered the room and trembling as they knew the financial performance was below expectation, and that in the past poor results and performance had led to people being fired. McCool opened his remarks by confirming people's fears and the first quarter's result had fallen far below plan, but he continued in an unexpected way. From what I can see, we had a good quarter even though financial results were disappointing. The poor results were caused by unusual warm winter that depressed sales of natural gas and home heating oils. As you know, this is also the first quarter we are operating with the balance scorecard, so I can see performance across a broader set of indicators. Market share in our key consumer segment were up, refinery operating systems expenses were down, and the results from our employees' satisfaction survey were high. In all the areas we could control, we moved the needle in the right direction. We actually had a pretty good quarter. Keep up the good work. The audience was stunned. Never before had the senior executive of the company congratulated and encouraged them after a disappointing financial performance. But what had McCall seen? The poor performance was due to unusual external conditions that the employees could not control. The non-financial measures on the scorecard which employees could not influence and control were all moving in favorable directions. McCall confirmed his belief in the strategy when he confidentially told the employees to stay on the course, to keep improving and perform better. And his fate was soon confirmed. By the end of the year, Moby had become the most profitable company in the industry. We often describe the non financial measure of the balance scorecard as leading indicators, but the measures may be not only leading, they are also sustainable. In the short run, financial results can affect by temporary factors and the weather, interest rate, exchange rate, movement, energy price, and economic cycle. But what determines how the organization does it long run is how well it is positioned relative to its competitors in other organizations. During economic downturns, in consumers relationship process improvement, new product development, and employees' capabilities, they can improve their positions relative to competitors so that when the external environments improve, they will enjoy profit much higher than the industry average. How senior executive react during shutdown Trump speaks volume about the commitment of the organization to creating long-term sustainable value. I repeat, how senior executive react during short-term downturn speaks volume about the commitment of the organization to creating a long-term sustainable value. Okay, this little paragraph speaks a lot. It's actually a lot. But what I would pick out from here is how the executive actually play a vital role. This is all talking about motivating your employees. How the executives play a vital role, especially when the business is not doing so good. What McCall did when he came in, the first quarter was very financially poor. Like he saw that it was very poor, and every employee were actually afraid because they knew this could actually come with sack of many of their fellow colleagues and also some lashing out. But what did McCall do as the senior executive? He knew the scorecard. He knew what happened. He knew they didn't perform well. But what he did is that he didn't come and he sat on their head or started lashing out. He encouraged them. He told them, to their greatest surprise, he encouraged them. He told them, keep up the good work. Don't stay off track. We're going to do better. We're going to be better in the forthcoming quarter. We should not be discouraged. We should just put in more effort. And that's what he said. And they were surprised because other executives would come and would want to fire and want to, scold and want to shout and want to just, make it look like all hell has broken loose. What he did is that he understood that if he comes and he actually reprimand them, he might be doing more harm than good. So he understood and he also had faith in the scorecard that yes, consistency will bring results. Consistency will bring results, not just come in and do your own thing. Everybody hands on deck will bring results. And his faith actually proved them right. The second quarter became better than the first quarter and they still kept on the pace so that when everything is okay, their profit will go beyond levels. And it happened. Mobi became one of the best profitable business in the industry. They had their downturns, they had their times that they were down too, according to Marco. But what did he do? He motivated his team because he knows he needed his team to actually succeed. He motivated his team. Don't be discouraged by the low performance. We can do better. Let's go out and do better. Keep on the good work. Keep on being on track. Don't be discouraged. Don't be distracted. Don't be worried. Keep up the good work. And that word alone can actually go a long way in people's mind, because when things are down, the employees know, ah, this thing is actually down at this point though. What they might be expecting at that point is their employers to actually come and actually, you know, scold them, push them, and all that. But when the employers come with a different approach to make them want to actually impress this person, okay, we can actually go beyond this level and do this because this person has shown this. Motivate your team. Yes, don't be in too much of a hurry to criticize or to complain or to push or to nag. Motivate your team. Marco had the opportunity to dismiss many of their staff that they bought. He did not, because the more the better. So we're going to stop here today, and we're going to continue next time on Ellington Studies. Do have a nice day. Thank you.